Do you know I found the other worst way to eat a roti canai? It's by if you order roti telur, you can add in like cheese. So so the last time I ordered roti canai, we was after lockdown kan. I ordered roti canai telur with cheese and bawang. So basically making it an omelette with bread.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cursed.
Roti janai. Roti janai.
Roti janai, yo.
Roti canai.
Every
Roti
time I talk about
canai.
food, roti canai.
Roti canai. I mean, that's a good naming. That's a good brand. Like the roti canai said, roti janai. It's not a roti.
I've been watching too much of the hellhole that is VTubers. That's the old joke that I keep waiting for someone to trigger, and yeah, I blew it on that. Roti canai.
Roti janai, yo.
I guess that's where we start.
Yeah. So welcome everyone. Welcome to another episode of the number one podcast listened to by people in a morgue, specifically the drawers of the morgue. They don't really have much of a choice because they can't change the channel. Hey, it's Dia.log, the Game of Maths podcast, episode number 62. I have returned from forward operating base Bristol. My name is Wam.
Okay, very nice.
And on this with us today, we have Meck, the Meck.
Yeah, ikuzo.
Please buy his new MacBook Pro coming this summer. We have Daniel, now available in 62-bit.
Hello. How can I help you today?
We have Anan, who is not bread. Yeah,
100% confirm.
100%
Oh my God.
confirmed, not bread.
Not that.
Debunked.
Anan wa roti janai, yo.
The weakness continues.
The weakness continues. We will keep up the combo. You gotta keep the rhythm up. We gotta keep the rhythm up. That shit don't work on the ground. Before we start, some slight housekeeping. I feel like we do need to address. This kind of goes into my first topic, anyways. The Wam's week of suffering. So, first of all, we do need to address the bullshit that has gone down with Evo.
Spicy.
What has happened?
No, like, well, we're not gonna give any big takes here, because we are nobodies in the grand scale of things. No, Evo got fucking double cancelled, dude. So first Evo was cancelled due to the COVIDs. Then after that, we had Evo Online, which you remember I was supposed to join as a joke, and then couldn't because of regional differences. But now that's been fixed because there's no more Evo Online. Because Mr. Wizard, the CEO of Evo, did a bad. He did a very, very bad.
The biggest bad end.
The biggest bad. And after internal... See, when Evo said they were going to do internal investigations, they actually meant it. Unlike, some game publishers. And have come out and removed him as CEO, and a bunch of games, they pulled out from Evo Online. And so basically, Evo Online is cancelled. Mr. Wizard has been fired as CEO and replaced. And we will have no takes here, but whoo boy, that made the week very not fun. That's on top of all the creepy allegations from the Smash community, creepy allegations. In general, fighting games are not in a good place right now. But the community will get through this. But yeah, that's life. That's life. We are starting this podcast on a downer of a note.
Hopefully we'll
Anyway.
get to the loop-de-loop section by midway.
Yeah, well-
We'll see.
We'll see. Anyways, so let me tell you about my trip back, because that seems to be an appropriate way to start this podcast. What's the absolute limit for human suffering that we can cram into one podcast, I think?
Depends
Because I'm
on who
pretty
you
sure-
ask.
Ari Subaru.
Because yeah, I think I'll get there. So, for context, I was in Bristol. I have 2 big suitcases because I bought a lot of shit to bring back, including but not limited to several Warhammer kits and
Of course.
Dark Souls the board game plus 1 expansion. Carrying this shit back. For all my other friends who had 2 suitcases, I helped them move out by helping them carry the suitcases. They had all gone to London a few days before I left Bristol, so this favor was not returned to me.
Well,
Doesn't matter, whatever. That's not so bad. It just caused a bit of strain on my arm from having to carry 2 suitcases. But whatever. I get to Bristol, and my whole plan was, because London is hotspot for the COVID, right? Big ol' hotspot. And then the laws decided to open pubs over the weekend. So even more of a hotspot now. So I decide to get a hotel next to the airport. That's like 5 minutes away from the airport. It's like, hell yeah. I don't have to go to London at all. Now, I take the bus to the airport, and I ask the guy, like, hey, my hotel's like 5 minutes from here. Can I get how do I get on a bus to go there? He goes, okay, you have 2 options. You have a free bus and a premium bus. Now, between you and me, the premium bus does get you closer to the hotel. So I was just like, yeah, that sounds great, because I'm carrying 2 fucking suitcases. And I would love to be close to the hotel. So I get on, he goes, okay, the premium buses are not at this terminal. They're at another terminal. It's a bit of a walk, but don't worry about it. So I carry these suitcases all the way to the other terminal. And then the guy is just like, I'm sorry, but this bus stops services after 8:30. For context, it's like 9 something by now. And I was like, what? He goes, yeah, you have to go take the free buses there. And I just came from there. He goes, I know, I'm sorry, but the guy shouldn't have told you to come here. Like, he should have known that this bus stops running after 8:30. And I'm just like, okay. Carry my suitcase, hold me back. Tell the guy what's going on, and he's like, oh, okay, you just hop on this bus. It's 2 stops, and then you'll be at your hotel. I'm like, okay, thank you so much. So I get on this bus. 1 stop goes by. 2 stops go by. And I'm like, this feels like it's taken quite a while. I'm just going to get off at the 2nd stop.
oh no.
And then this lady notices that I look very lost. She goes like, hey, where are you trying to go? And I'm just like, I'm trying to go to, X Road. And then she goes, yeah, no, the bus driver drove past your stop. And I'm like, I guess that's much. And she goes, don't worry. There's another bus you can take. It's like you just have to walk like 5 minutes this way to get to the next bus stop. And then that one's 2 stops away. Just tell the bus driver you're going there and he'll remember to stop there. And I'm just like, okay, thank you so much. I have to cross like 4 lanes with my suitcases. It's raining by now, by the way. I should also point out. So carrying this, bus arrives, get on the bus, tell the bus driver what's up. And he drops me off at the thing. And it's a 7-minute walk to the hotel. 7 minutes, by the way, if you're not, over encumbered by 2 suitcases. And, it's not raining. So I have to cross another 4 lanes. And my hotel is one of those hotels where the entrance is not facing the road. So you have to like go in.
Oh boy. The interesting puzzle of just finding the entrance.
Yeah, I had to go around the block essentially just to get to the hotel. And I'm fucking exhausted. So I get up to the hotel. Now, flashback a few days before this, when I first booked this hotel, the hotel said it had a bathtub. The rooms come with a bathtub. And I was like, oh, hell yeah, I fucking love bathtubs. So I went to Lush and bought myself a bath bomb. And it was going to be my spa day treat before the gruesome 13-hour flight that I was about to take. So I get up to the hotel room. There's no fucking bathtub. It's just a shower, and I'm like,
Oh no.
this is not going to be very fun, is it? And then I ask about room service, and they say, yeah, we have room service. You call from your room, but then you have to go downstairs and pick it up yourself so that they don't have to potentially go into your virus-ridden rooms. It's like, fair enough. So I go down, and you're supposed to swipe your card to pay. Flashback again to earlier this morning. In the interest of not leaving money behind in the UK, I withdrew all my money in cash from my UK bank account. So my debit card was now useless. I had a second Malaysian credit card that's connected to my parents that I had to use for all my stuff. So I go to pay for the dinner. Card is declined. And I'm like, what? And they go, yeah, sir, the card's declined. We tried like multiple different things. Just came up blank every single time.
No.
And I'm like,
And no cash.
they don't accept cash.
Okay.
For health and safety reasons, we do not accept cash. And I'm like, oh no. And I was broken by this point. Okay, you have to understand, I was exhausted. I was like, I hadn't even taken a shower yet because I just wanted to eat my dinner first. And I was still like, and I think the guy kind of like picked up on this. He was like, okay, tell you what, just take dinner up first, like, get like sort yourself out, and then like call your credit card company and see what goes on. Finally, I got my friends to like transfer some money into my UK bank account, and then I managed to get the hell out of there. But yeah, so that happened.
Suffering.
Yeah, the suffering was real, guys. Thankfully, that was the extent of the suffering, and after that, I finally got to just chill for the rest of the night. But that was my thing. Also, 13 hours flight. You have to wear a mask for the entire 13 hours.
Oh no!
Oh, man.
Oh. You know what? The first time I took a trip outside of the house with a mask on, to outside of the state, as in going to KL, the first thing I noted was, I should bring more masks, because I was drenched inside there. Oh boy, cannot, man. You know how sweaty my face can be sometimes? Well, all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a big mistake doing that at day one.
Here's the thing, right? Here's secret mask tech. Don't pull down your mask to like refresh yourself, because like, I mean, I'm assuming even if it's in a safe environment, like there's no one around or whatever, don't do this, because once your body learns that that's an option, the mask becomes super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Your brain's just like, hey, pull it down again. I'm like, no, I'm surrounded by like 5 people here, and brain's just like, nah, man, don't worry about it. I'm like, no, like this is to protect people, and your brain's just like, I'm gonna make you pass out from heat stroke if you don't pull this down right now.
God.
But yeah, no, the quarantine process is terrible as well, by the way, just because it's a long, arduous process. And then because I'm me, right? I'm God's favorite person. While I was signing up for it, the guy's computer stopped working.
Of course.
Oh God.
This poor kid.
Well, of course it does.
First he says like, oh, it's not connected to the printer for some reason, and the guy's like, oh, it's okay. You can send it to another printer to like, they're all connected, so you can just print it at the next printer. So he's like, okay.
Of course, it's the goddamn printer.
No, that's what it was first. This is a 2-part malfunction. Then he keys in all my details, and he's like, presses enter a few more times, and he calls his like superior over, and he's just like, for some reason, like the accept button is grayed out, even though I've typed everything. And I'm just there like, nani kore? And they're like getting up and moving between computers now.
Why?
Like 3 people have had their turns at separate counters ahead of me now. And my friend who knows like how much trouble I've had in the past 24 hours, she's just like, oh yeah, before all this, well, I had to cancel my phone plan. Like, I forgot about this. This precedes this story. I had to cancel my phone plan in the UK, right? And I called up the helpline to cancel. And they were like, okay, we need you to give your full name for verification purposes. I gave my full name. And they're like, I'm sorry, sir, that's not the name. That doesn't match our records. I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure that doesn't match your records? And I'm like, yeah, sir, no, it doesn't match anything at all. And I'm just like, I'm in a bad mood because it's like 10 minutes to my flight, essentially. And they were,
Oh my god.
and they're giving me this shit. And finally, like, I hung up, and then because they have a direct billing order on my phone, I canceled that from my bank, and I was just like, yeah, no, they ain't getting my money.
Yeah.
Like, this works 2 ways. Either you don't... So no, my friend who was also in line for the COVID thing was just like, did you have troubles with your name again? No, I'm like, no, I don't have troubles with my name in Malaysia. Here they know how non-white names work. I was like, no, just the guy's computer stopped working. But yeah, no, COVID test is not fun, by the way. They do a light punch into heavy punch on your nose. The guy was just like, this is going to be a little uncomfortable. And after it was done, I was like, you lied. It was very uncomfortable. But yeah. Anyways, I'm under house arrest now. I'm a biohazard.
Did
Potentially.
they give you the wristband something?
They did.
Okay.
I'll send you guys a photo of it. And but yeah.
You're branded criminal now.
An escape mental patient.
Guys, I'm Ellie from The Last of Us. I'm into The Last of One.
Hopefully
But
it
yeah.
doesn't go like the ending. Oh yeah. Cool. That's the story. And
That's
then
a
some.
trip. That is a fucking trip. Also, shout out to the 2 ladies who were also there. So I don't know if you remember, but the Malaysian government said that people you don't have to pay for your COVID test, with the exception of if you are a student coming back for the first time. So after you take your test, they tell you to go to this counter to make payment, or show them your student ID, and they'll give you a tag that says, you're payment exempt. Now, for some reason, many people did not catch how this is supposed to work. And so these two girls, they come along while I'm waiting for my results. They come out and they go, oh, are you yeah, so if you don't have to pay, so we just sit here. I'm like, no, go to the counter and tell them you're a student, and then you get a little sticker that says you're payment exempt that they put on your passport. And they go, oh, okay, thank you, and they just chill there. And then later their friend comes out and she goes, the lady mentioned I have to go to that counter. I was like, oh, no, you don't have to pay because you're a student, so you just chill here. And I was like, you know what? This ain't my problem. This ain't my problem anymore.
Those ladies miss a step.
Yeah. So yeah, that's one suffering corner. I'm back in the country, y'all. I went through all that for you, listeners. Totally not for Monster Hunter.
Or Doom, I presume.
Or Doom. But yeah, so now that we've justified my backstory, that's what happened in between episodes. Let's actually talk about shit on this podcast.
Now
I wanna know about F1. Guys, tell me what's going on. Tell me what's going on with the racing. I have heard so much delicious salt on Twitter, and I want context.
Salt mountain like you cannot believe.
It's not even like a lot of salt, it's one giant salt crystal.
And we just started last week. Like
How
literally.
good it is.
Yeah, the
Oh
season
boy.
just started, right?
I mean, yeah. When you hold your load that long, things happen. Oh boy. Daniel, start off from the top, wherever the top is.
Okay, I think we just go in context. I guess for March, since the first race was cancelled due to the very immediate presence of the pandemic,
The
we had to
Rona.
wait.
The virus.
Yeah,
The dead boy.
coronavirus. The breaking. It took us literally, I think, 4 months. Yeah, 4 months to get back to racing. And imagine the chaos that was the first race of the season. Should we go for qualifying? I think because qualifying is also very interesting because it made me very disappointed but unsurprised
Mm-hmm.
because a certain Italian team with the flair of a very arrogant Italian.
Does it rhyme with
Passione.
Ferrari?
Rosa Corsa. Yes, it rhymes with Ferrari.
Yeah, it's right. Like
Frontal. Leclerc.
Spinala.
wow. Do you know that now Italian words has been solidified as memes now? Like pronto.
Oh.
Because there is this YouTube video, actually that came from Reddit, which is literally memeing the whole season. You should watch that. I should really link you that. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a shit post, a good one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah. The qualifying was terrible for, of course, Ferrari, since we only qualified 7, and then our
I like that you still have the heart to use we when describing.
because
That's the F1
Ferrari-
pedal rubbing with you.
yeah.
We don't use
You're
I, we use
connected to the
we.
team. We.
We always use we when describing you and the team.
We having problems, but if it's a good race, no, I have a good race. So so Ferrari qualified back. So the race itself, actually the first half was just boring, as usual. Then we saw chaos when I think one of the American teams, Haas, just basically said, "Nah, I want to make chaos," and just crashes into, not once but twice, into the wall for no reason. So that brings out the safety car, and then that's where the chaos starts. Like, I think one of my favorite example is, the Ferrari that we talked about, starting way below where we are,
Yeah.
like 7 or whatever. Yeah, they finished second.
Somehow, miraculously, well,
Leclerc went second.
when they were on pace to finish, almost out of the points, down low from the
Isn't
10th.
Leclerc like that? The anime sidekick who like they are told is very powerful, but is always like meant to step aside for the main character.
He was there last year. This year he's the prodigal son. He's getting into the transition season. He's getting to be the new protagonist.
Redemption arc. Leclerc redemption arc.
He's the golden boy.
The golden boy.
Yeah, I haven't seen any like golden boy for Ferrari since like Schumacher, I guess.
I wonder why. That's what I said. I wonder why. Like they have shoot through 3 champion drivers like it's nothing. It's like basically fighting a bloodborne boss using the best weapons, and yet you keep dying to it like multiple times. That is my.
They've already been overpowered. They've already overleveled multiple times.
Yeah.
But now this year they got permanent nerf. Which not only just nerf Ferrari, but also all the customer teams using Ferrari engines. Hence why Alfa Romeo and Haas are down in the dumps. Which
last year they used their engines, and then after the season, the FIA, the regulating body, investigated and found that something's fishy with Ferrari. So they make a deal. So that, okay, you make a new engine. Yeah, just don't do it again. That's all. That they cannot say like Ferrari breached the regulation or whatever, but they say you need to make new engine. So basically that's what happens to their performance for this year.
And you know the worst part of it?
Yeah.
What?
Due to the current situation, supposedly next year will be a whole new rules and regulations, new cars, everything's changed. But because of the current situation, it's been delayed to 2022, and also to cut down costs, because there's not a lot of money going on right now, they are freezing a lot of the development of the car, and engines, the power units, are the most affected. So if you stuck with a bad engine, you stuck it for 2 years
Oh man.
with very little options for upgrades. You won't even gotta turn around the shitbox. It's gonna be a less shittier shitbox. The only room they can do is make more aero bits, more wings, more on the body
Do some-
area.
They can still do some upgrades on the power unit, but they're sort of given tokens, like only limited tokens for upgrade. That's all. Instead of like unlimited cost.
Hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah, and the race last week is like chaotic because there's a lot of retirements. Like just cars stop working.
People
Like the
just
Hustlers.
keep just dying.
Yeah, like the Huss crashes, they not finish. They retired because their front brakes literally stopped working.
That's
The front brake just bye bye.
And so they're not allowed to change any of this for the next two years, is it?
I mean for the next season lah. I mean they're not allowed for like major upgrades, multiple major upgrades.
Things like to
Yeah.
fix stuff is okay, like the brake stuff,
Yeah.
they can
Yeah,
repair.
that's
That's
the thing, like,
no problem.
Not letting someone break.
That's a bit no
Yeah,
no, man.
it's dangerous.
For safety,
Quite
yeah, of
dangerous,
course
actually.
lah.
Mm.
And
But what
Yeah.
if fixing the brake requires adding turbocharged engines?
I mean that's the Ferrari way of
loophole.
thinking, man. And they almost got away with it last year. They sort of got caught with that idea.
I'll go
yeah.
submit my CV to Ferrari next.
You have the right mindset.
I can give you good ideas.
I'll be like, okay,
Like
so
what you
the
should have
car-
seen. Yeah, before that, you've seen Ferrari's garage last season. Every time they went out their garage, it's like they're finding a new pope. Every time it's like because they do this very interesting trick where if you burn the fuel while coming out of the pit lane, the car will be faster.
Mhm.
They
Yeah,
found
so like
speed
every
running
time,
tech.
yeah. So every time they go out of their garage, like it's smoking. I imagine like they're finding a new pope for the engine then. every 21 races they do that.
The racing pope.
The racing pope.
cars are known for smoking anyway, so why not their car smoking?
I mean they have sort of smoking branded sponsors.
Yeah, are they not allowed to do that anymore?
No.
Nope, not at all.
Not to say those companies cannot put in money, they just have to be clever with it. Hence,
Yeah, they cannot like the days of the Marlboro car are over.
No.
No.
It's a mission win now. Accelerating transformation. So that's literally BAT, British American Tobacco. Accelerating transformation.
Yeah. Because I was just reading like Transformers has legal problems with this one character because he's modeled on a NASCAR car from the 80s that's like has a bunch of Marlboro decals, and you can't sell toys with Marlboro decals on them.
you can now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't then either. So that was
Oh, okay.
that was a cause for some concern. But yeah, man, is that all the Ferrari drama for now?
Yeah.
Oh,
For now.
I could
Oh,
talk.
no, yeah. Don't forget, main race is still tomorrow.
Yeah.
The next race.
Oh yeah, the next race.
That's
Styrian. Styrian.
Styrian Grand Prix. So that's race
Styrian,
number 2.
Styrian.
Last week was race number 1. We are getting lots of
number one.
races right now.
Yeah, gotta catch up.
Gotta catch up.
Get a shot.
Well,
Like that's a weird name. Why cannot they call it like? Why cannot do they a throwback when you're like, oh, this is the A1 ring GP or something? This is a weird name, like Styrian.
It's the regional name, the region. But okay,
It's
if
a
you
regional
family,
dialect.
yeah, it's a region name.
think
I mean,
of go on and go.
if you know the firearms company Steyr, like it's literally the same name.
Oh,
SIG?
Steyr org.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Steyr org. It's the same name, Styrian. That,
Look,
when you first revealed the name of the GP, a lot of people, Syrian? We say Syria now?
Syria. Aduh.
Oh,
Sublime
man.
advertisement.
There's potential for a lot of gallows humor there that we are not gonna engage in.
Let's sidestep. I mean, the best way to describe it is, think of it if Sepang has two races this year, presumably. One's gonna be the Malaysia Grand Prix, the second will be the Selangor Grand Prix. Selangor?
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
yeah. At least it's better than what's the new track? Since we're racing at 2 Italian tracks this year, the Italian GP and the Tuscany Ferrari 1000 Grand Prix.
Wow, that doesn't sound impartial, having the name of one.
No, literally the track is at that background, and their background is the back at their home. Like literally, that is their own track.
They can literally just drive the car there.
If this were an anime, this is where they find out like there's a QR code under the Ferrari cars, and the track can scan it, and it will boost the car whenever.
F-Zero style boost the car.
Exactly.
They
got multiple DRS zone, mass F0 turbos. But yeah.
But this is at their factory, right? Yeah, I mean the F1 factory.
Maranello.
Mugello.
Yeah,
Fiorano is
Mugello
in
is like,
Maranello.
Mugello is like a 30.
Can you imagine though? Just on that note, Ferrari announces their new driver, Captain Falcon. Shit's gonna be great. He's main character from F-Zero, man. He's in Smash.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking. Too hard for them. Unless Captain Falcon is Italian or something. That would be a better sell.
I'm just thinking if any team's gonna get Captain fucking Falcon in, it might be Ferrari.
Yeah, they need it.
Yeah, we put a game character on that team because the other good team that's kinda rising right now already has a game streamer. Hey, apparently a Twitch streamer got a podium last week.
I can't believe Dr. Disrespect won F1.
Oh boy!
Oh, that's why you disappeared.
That's why he stopped. That's why he's cancelled his channel, or he's got banned or something. He's went on for a new career.
New career. But no. I assume this is Lando Norris, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember the racing man's name.
He literally called GG at the radio.
GG boys.
Can you imagine, like, he overtakes into first and the team radio's like, guys, that was poggers.
I'm waiting for once he win he wins a Grand Prix, he just goes poggers. Pog in the chat. Pog in the chat.
Chat boys.
Oh my god.
Like literally go on the podium there on the top of the stand, just yell poggers.
No, that's when you watch the thing on Twitch. Like chat just explodes PogChamp.
And then imagine F1 trying to translate that, but they don't have the context and how they would spell it.
No, what you'd get is like 3 days of articles being like, is Pog racially insensitive?
Oh no.
I can see the headlines already.
So yeah. fucking Lando, the true PogChamp. I request that on the thumbnail.
Uh,
But yeah, sounds like a fun weekend to be an F1 fan.
Exactly.
3 weeks. Next week there's another race.
Yeah, triple header.
As long as you're not a fan of Ferrari, this is a fun season.
Yeah. If you're a fan of Ferrari, like Mamma Mia, like pointing a gun loaded with a Panarigati.
Here's the thing, right? I feel like the secret to enjoying any sport is to just like not be a fan of any one team. Like enjoy the sport, not the teams.
That's what I always do.
That's right.
But there will always be hardcore fans, and oh boy, poor guys.
Yeah, no, because that's the same reason I couldn't get into esports, because it seems like all anyone cares about is their favorite players, right? I'm saying, but don't you guys just like Dota? Like, don't you just like? I'm like, no, it's about the team. I want this team to win. And I'm just like, whereas like I watch Evo because I'm like, I just like the fighting games. Wow, it's cool. The teacher lady punched out the Potemkin. So yeah, the secret, guys, to enjoying this shit is don't care about teams. Just care about stupid shit happening. That's where the fun is at.
It's a Ferrari joke here. It's every week. Everything is a banter week.
Do a late podcast next episode as well. We can have 2 F1 talks that episode.
Ooh, 2 races.
2 races. I will clear my entire docket and we will just chill out with the new F1 news. Unless nothing happens in those. In which case,
I mean, the second race right now is like it's showing right now. At the time of recording, it's raining for the last 2 days. Susah. There won't be anything to talk about.
we pray for interesting races.
Pray for rain.
So, where do we go from here?
Hey, let's just continue the train of cars. Because let's talk about something that I am legally allowed to talk about right now. And you are legally allowed to listen right now.
What is that?
I've been playing this little game called Trackmania.
Oh.
Yeah, that weird game. And yes, I can confirm it continues to be weird.
Sonic Trackmania?
Yes. Sonic R Trackmania.
So here's the thing. The only reason I'm into Trackmania is because of that one little free-to-play game called Trackmania Nations. Which is essentially gives you a teaser of the mania of Trackmania. So you get to play a lot of pre-designed courses, but also I think there was a server browser, so you can hop on into any sort of servers that's been running around, and you can see the crazy creations that people have done, and it is a sight to behold. But let's backpedal a bit. So for those who don't know, Trackmania is literally trials but for cars. You drive around fast, set the best time. All of the other cars are ghosts. You only see them in silhouettes. And the controls is just 4 buttons. Gas, brake, turn left and turn right. That's all you need. It is arcade to as arcade it can be. But
This sounds like a good time.
yeah, despite being arcade, doesn't mean it doesn't have depth, because there are a lot of crazy skills that you can do, or like there is a speed running community. So this is a game that has esports and also a speed running community, but this is technically a racing game, but it's not being played like a sim, like where esports from that side of the things looks like proper motorsports. This is a literal video game. But there are skills like you can jump in the air and you can air brake. So that's
You can what?
air brake.
Air brake?
So you brake and it will affect your trajectory. And it's a skill that you need to master in because some tracks require you to thread the needle, because there are like loop-de-loops, there are jumps, there are wall rides. And the weird thing is about Trackmania, it is built as a remake of Trackmania Nations. However, a lot of the content is actually brand new. I mean, I don't think there is any carryover. The only carryover is just the weird structure and the payment system that we've talked about before.
Is this the game that's a sub game? Like you have to buy a sub for it?
Yep.
Yeah,
Go on.
it has the tiered stuff. But let's just leave it that first. Because the core game itself, I think they've made some interesting changes. Like, instead of... Because before this, Trackmania is sold in portions. Like, oh, you want to play in the default area which Trackmania Nations is part of, that's called Stadium. You need to buy Trackmania 2 Stadium for that. And if you want to play in another biome like a desert, like a desert stuff, you have to buy Trackmania 2 Canyon, which is sold separately. And those separate biomes have different physics, they have different cars, it plays differently. So Trackmania 2020, what they did is like they've included a few other track surfaces on just one biome. So this is the stadium biome, but instead of just the normal circuit surface, you also get a dirt surface that looks like clay. And then the ice surface, which is heck to control. It is hard. I hate the ice bits, but it is there to challenge people. And then there's one thing where there's one surface where it's raised in the middle, and the other the outer part of the surface is like curved downwards. So you need to nail a good line if it is between corners, because you gotta hop off the track. So there's more variety in the tracks so far. And if you just hop in just to try and take a look and just have a feel about the game, I think it's very much serviceable. But if you gonna go into the full package, as in you wanna see the crazy things that people talk about Trackmania, you won't see them that much. Because of the custom tracks, those are locked into the payment stuff. And if you want to make a proper track, they have a track editor, but you only get the basic editor for free. If you want to make proper tracks, you gotta pay. But that payment will unlock that track editor permanently. It's weird. It has a lot of tier stuff, and I only would recommend you to go buy it if you are really into it. But for now, just try the free stuff, and if you like a proper game that is a one-time buy, but it's Trackmania, look no further than Trackmania Turbo. They did it before. They did it as a proper game. It's just that I don't think the community on PC wants that sort of game. But if you are a casual guy who who thinks that this game sounds kind of cool, wanna try it out, try it out for free there, and then buy Trackmania Turbo if you like it. That's my recommendation, because Trackmania Turbo even have like cool co-op stuff, multiplayer stuff that the Trackmania 2020 doesn't have. So I would recommend that over buying the weird payment system. It's weird.
Yeah. Wait, so Trackmania Turbo is a one and done, is it?
Yep. That is a proper video game, one-time purchase. You got everything you need. The servers are still alive.
Nice. Yeah, because this sounds like a good way to get me into racing games from what you've described.
And I think Trackmania Turbo also has a demo. So there's that too.
You should try that.
But yeah, that sounds really, really cool though. I'm glad, like, I assume you guys are happy that there's a good arcadey racer out. Or are you strictly of camp?
I mean, the ball is like, I mean, there's like this year alone is already besides Trackmania, there's another 5 games coming up. So
Yeah, but they sim races
there
or
is no
arcade races? That's the question.
sim race, arcade races. There is Project Cars 3, which is an arcade racer.
Mhm.
Don't tell me otherwise.
No, that's totally gone arcade. God damn it.
That's gone arcade. Then there's the 90s, the 90s arcade racer. That's the name. It's basically virtual racing, but more content.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
There is also what's that Square Enix punya top-down racer? What's it?
Nier
Superstar? Yeah, I wish. Superstar racer. Yeah. Yeah, there's 5 racing games, arcade races. So Trackmania is not alone. Tapi Trackmania is, I think, by far the better one because I've also tried it and I love it. I just don't like the payment method, so that I can play online.
Okay, hold on, Daniel. In Malaysia, what are you ranked?
I baru buat like the first 10. I haven't played it enough, but I think I'm like 400 now.
Okay, so more people are playing right now because last time I logged in, I was top 50 of 283. So
Nah, so semua tengah tunggu that. I'm like 400 now, so yeah, banyak orang dah main dah.
yeah, I need to catch up, I guess. It's been a while. I've also done the first 10, I guess. 15 maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one of the fun things about Trackmania is you can compare your ghost times with people around your region. Like for us in Malaysia, you can only compare in Malaysia because the population is not that much, around 400. Like
It's not server based, but it is actually region based.
yeah, I mean you can compare it to the world, but if you want to be that jago kampung, you can do that too. Like if you are in US, if you are in the state of California, you can compete to be the top person in California. Something like that. Similar to Europe, I guess. In some of the more populated regions where you can be the best person in the state. I think I still have the record for top 10 Trackmania Turbo for PS4 in Malaysia. That's another thing. That's another flex.
Can we just describe this podcast as the podcast of top 10 Trackmania racer?
Home of the top 10
Pro
Trackmania
Racer
racer in
podcast.
Malaysia. Yeah. That's our racing pedigree. We can put it there.
But yeah, no, I'm glad racing games still good. That's a good thing to have. Also, let me mute my phone there. But where do we go from here? We got any more racing to go on?
Nah, that's the end of the combo.
At the end of the combo?
Mm.
Okay, so one more thing about my flight back, right? I played the Pokemon DLC. I caved. I bought it.
Okay, you actually played it.
Yeah, I
Do you
actually played
download it over airport Wi-Fi?
No. I bought it at home, and then bought it while I was at my apartment, and then played it on the plane. Here's the problem, right? I don't really care about the story, and it is very poorly balanced because to go raiding before the expansions came out, if you wanted to do 5-star raids, which are the only raids that really matter, really, the 5-star raids were against level 80-ish Pokemon. Like a Pokemon was advised to be around level 80. So naturally, most of my Pokemon are around level 80. Many of them are already at cap of level 100, right? And then I get to the DLC, it's balanced for level 60.
Oh no.
So the raffle stomping begins. And I'm just like, how could you not have seen this coming? Like, there's literally nothing to do in this game other than raids, and you create a content that's like woefully underleveled. And you think that like having easy fights is whatever, but that's most of the experience in the game is supposed to be that pressure of the important character fights. And I'm just like, Oh shit! You just went down in one. Bye. So, anyways, after an hour of playing the game, I got bored and I spent the rest of the flight playing Pokken. Pokken's a good game, guys.
So I've heard.
Yeah, as the only Pokken advocate within a 20-mile radius. That's not true. My other friend who plays Pokken with me lives here as well. But yeah. So Pokken is a good game. I highly recommend it if you have a Nintendo Switch. It's got disgusting combos. It's got some pretty disgusting combos. However, I would like to call out this one shitty YouTuber. Like starting some beef here on this here podcast. So someone told me that Garchomp is capable of some like really, really gross plays. So I wanted to look up I wanted a fighting games person to break down how to play Garchomp. Because I kind of know, but I don't know, And so this guy was like, complete Garchomp breakdown, all moves and shit. And I was just like, oh, sweet. It's exactly what I want to watch. And this guy who is just going through all of Garchomp's moves, and his down normal looks really cool, and his down heavy is really cool, and his down special is really cool. That's literally him for the entire video.
Wow, this thing is really cool.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what the fuck? I could do that. Of course, he's got his fucking TikTok voice on the entire time as well. I'm like, I wanted like data breakdowns, just be like, oh, this move looks cool but is not safe on block, so please do not use this move. I wanted that kind of shit. In fact, I could literally make a better video about that. Pointing using my not working webcam and but yeah, no. So that's our update on Pokemon right now. Is that I still haven't gone back to the DLC, whereas I have played Pokken.
Ooh boy.
It's okay. And also Iceborne is really good as well. I've been playing that since I got back. Catch up, But yeah, what about Anan? How was your Steam sale?
Oh, I survived. I managed to not spend.
So, are you telling me that you then bought something off sale?
I mean, it's already past the summer sale anyway. It's like just hours after I just bought another game.
Very conveniently announced, by the way, after the summer sale.
After the summer sale, they announced, and then I'm like, oh shit, I already had this game in the wishlist. So there's a sale. Okay, nice. So the game in question is SUPERHOT, a quite old game for now.
Hot.
SUPERHOT. Very innovative FPS.
Hot.
Yeah, and can probably I bought it for like 17 ringgit. I think.
Yeah, that's really good. That's a good price.
Yeah. I think you guys still haven't bought it, right, Meck?
I had it on. Look, I had it on wishlist, and then I think it was on Epic one time, and then I claimed it on Epic, and then I would have fired up on Xbox Game Pass, and then I remember, I have it on Epic, so I installed it from Game Pass, and then I removed it from Steam wishlist, and then I realized, you need to buy SUPERHOT if you're gonna get that other one for free. Okay.
Yeah. So they announced a new free DLC for those who bought SUPERHOT.
Is this the game where like time only moves when you move or something like that?
Yes.
Yep,
Exactly.
Exactly. That's the thing. So it's just $17. Yeah, I just buy it anyway. Yeah, I just played some SUPERHOT for the past few days. Really good.
Hell yeah.
Is it super hot?
It depends. Yeah, it's super hot.
I keep mixing up SUPERHOT and that game with the orange gorilla.
Ape Out.
Yeah. I keep mixing the two up. But no, yeah, I have been interested in SUPERHOT.
And the summer sale is very tempting. Like 70%, 80%. Like, oh man, how am I going to Pergi, setan.
Given anda setan. Balik.
Like, okay, can you imagine like Watch Dogs 2, they give like 80% discount. Like, oh man. And then they announce,
Right.
okay, they gotta give it for free
Yeah.
tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. And a lot of games in my wishlist are on sale. I'm like, Dark Souls 2. Yeah, I haven't finished Dark Souls 3 anyway, so yeah, later. Yeah, I managed to wave away the godaan shopping.
You held on to your iman.
Yeah. I held on.
Such strong power,
Strong volition.
devotion. The power to will, the willpower. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Are we gonna hold the next Court of the Summer Sales since we on on the topic?
I mean, have we since bought anything? I've only bought one more game since then. So
I gave to Summer Sales.
okay, let's hear it. Let's hear it. The court is in session. Tell us what you bought.
Easy Trio. My budget was like just above 60 because I need to get that discount of 10 ringgit and then I'm good. So I got 3 essentials. One is Outer Wilds.
Okay, good.
We've been talking about how awesome it is
This
without
is
really
not
knowing what
Las
it
Vegas,
is.
right?
Yeah. Not that one. This is the time loop one.
Yeah.
Time loop puzzler. The Witness but better, some describe. And then another essential game, Metal Wolf Chaos XD.
Hell yeah. By the cookies and cream people.
I was waiting for. I would have thought Demon Ex Machina would go on another sale, but it didn't. Since it didn't budge, I need some mecha fix. I got Metal Wolf. I have seen that intro for multiple times. I boot it up and play it on my own. I still love. God damn it! You know how you switch the weapons? Oh my god!
Like in the game or with the buttons? Switch to weapons?
Yeah, with the buttons is you press circle to open up the gauntlet of weapons on your right and left. So and then your right and left shoot buttons becomes switch weapons. So you literally revolve around the gun cycle, which is
here's the thing, right?
stupid yet cool.
Japanese love revolvers.
Oh yeah,
And I love that they love revolvers because revolvers make revolver aesthetic makes everything cool. Like, have you guys seen the American Gundam in G Gundam?
Oh.
I was helping Anan to say yes, but no.
I think Anan is more jab. I'm pulling up this image here because it is something. I'm so glad I'm back at my desktop, by the way, is that I can look up these pictures way faster now.
To the revolver aesthetics, the recent anime No Gun Fly.
Oh my god, the show the
Oh
pants.
shit, what's that?
Show the pants.
that's a big boy there. That's a big boy there.
It's a cowboy with revolver barrels on its shoulders.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, continue, Anan, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a recent anime, like few seasons ago, or maybe last season, which an anime called No Gun's Life, where the protagonist literally has a gun for a head, a revolver.
Yeah?
It's a revolver head.
I'd like to also point to Barrel Dragon from Yu-Gi-Oh!, which is a dragon with 3 revolvers.
Yeah.
And the card got censored because you can't have kids' toys with realistic guns in them. So there's some versions of the card that are censored. But yeah, shit's good, man. Revolver aesthetic trait. And don't forget the fucking gunblade. The fucking gunblade from FF8.
Yeah, that works.
The main thing it has over Lightning's gunblade is the revolver aesthetic.
Also, Ghost in the Shell, the Mateba revolver semi-auto. I mean, it's a revolver anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, no, revolvers are great. We do not fault you, Metal Wolf, for you.
Again, congratulations, Devolver, for taking the call to free Metal Wolf. And lastly, I bought some game called Rise of Industry. It's a strategy game. It's a builder.
I keep expecting you to say Rise of Kingdom, and then Little Trumpet comes out.
Nah, not that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rise of Kingdom.
Yeah, apparently I discovered that I'm made for a bad businessman and I cannot survive in a capitalist world, but I will try my best over
I
and
have
over.
some bad news for you about this world, then.
Look, that's why I play video games, man. I get good here, I get good in real life.
Then you get hit by a truck and you get a catgirl harem.
That's a bad end, man.
I don't know, catgirl harem seems pretty sweet.
Fox girl.
You can
Horizon.
negotiate the details.
No, you gotta upgrade the hardware. Keep the cat software. Upgrade to dog hardware. Still halal.
That's true. That's the best description of a fox girl ever. Like, yeah, it's dog hardware, cat software. That's literally what foxes are. And where do we? Anyone else have any Steam crimes to confess to?
I mean, I bought, quote unquote, the worst game of 2012, Duke Nukem Forever.
Oh,
oh
God.
hell yeah! You beat it already?
Baru sampai, I think the three-breasted monster, I guess. So
yes, yeah. Yeah, I tried defending that game for the longest time where I was just like, it's dumb, but it's fun. Then I got to the underwater level, which is like the last level. And I was just like, it is not fun.
Gotta keep up my trash fire punya credentials, so I have to play this game.
Yeah. Build up your trash fire reserves.
What a way to live.
What a live. Huh. I've only bought Halo Reach. I bought it
Look at this.
because I can't change back. Here's the thing. I feel like I should have bought MCC because we got news that Halo 3 is coming out next week.
Yeah.
But also, I'm not gonna care. Like, Reach is the more modern version of 3. It's got like more features and shit. And I have some thoughts about Halo that maybe we will talk about next week. Depends how that goes. But yeah. Anyone else want to throw a hat in the ring before we head on to news?
Oh yeah, I finally played that rip-off Mario game.
Oh, sweet.
Odyssey? Odyssey or something like that. Wahoo!
So, just clear here, we're not talking about Super Mario Odyssey then.
No, it's Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I got it for everyone's. Yeah, I got it on sale because at the same time as this. Yeah, on the same time as the Steam sale, I got. I think like the standard edition of ACO for like 60 ringgit. So okay lah, angkut lah.
I was honestly hoping for Etrian Odyssey, but sure, let's go with this.
Etrian Odyssey, nah.
Okay.
FOB, I don't want FOB problem, but okay. So I've sampai like the second island because the game takes a bit to pick up. As I think, did you play this game, Meck? Was that Origins?
I actually didn't touch the new Assassin's Creed's the base game itself. I just touched the Discovery Tour. I just roam the open world and learn history lessons.
Yeah, I did the deed and thought of mine, like play the whole thing. So, the game, like I said, the game really very slow to pick up. Like you have to do like 5 beginner quests before you can do anything fun. Like go to this vineyard. Hope you have a map because you have no idea where you're going. That's the new feature. Getting lost. And then I think like the combat is nak kata better daripada the original is to say it's better is understatement because I think like the gameplay sekarang lagi flowy daripada the Ezio punya era.
Yeah, I've been wondering what the new Assassin's Creeds are like because since Unity they apparently reworked the combat, but I don't care enough to.
Yeah, it's I think like more flowing lah. So like now the combat is basically Bloodborne but more toned down. So like R1 is your light attack, R2 is your heavy attack, and then hold this combo to do like special stuff. So
okay, I was worried
more
that
variation. Nah, not that extreme lah. It is a Ubisoft game after all.
That's why I thought it would have been an Arkham because Arkham was big for a while.
It used to be Arkham. They move on.
Ah, okay, cool.
Now
That's what you'll love to hear it.
Now they're stealing from software.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's very familiar to me for some reason. Like, oh, combat is nice.
I feel like you've talked about it before. Maybe you played it in a past life.
Maybe I did. Tapi this game is deadland sampai I forgot about it and then balik all the memories, repressed memory comes back. I mean, like they want, so I think like they wanted to pin. Oh no, the Spartans are bad, but in reality, in reality and in history, the Spartans were just like some bunch of losers trying to fight Athens of all people.
I just realized Odyssey is the Greek one. I kept thinking it was the Egypt one for some reason.
No, that's Origin.
Yeah. Listen, I am jet lagged to all fuck, so I'm not all here right now. But yeah, so Odyssey is the latest one, right?
Yep.
Oh, that's one where you can be gay as shit. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you
so
can
thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yeah, thumbs up. I mean, I wanted to go to the islands where all of them are girls. I think it's called Lesbos. Tapi that's
Nice.
a level 50 punya island.
The origin of the.
Huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is
Interesting.
in Greek mythology.
The origin of the word lesbian is Lesbos Island.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Lesbosian, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, so that is my goal for this game is to reach that point, but it's level 50. I'm only level 10, so 40 more levels.
It is a Greek island located in the northeastern Aegean Sea. It has an area of 1.63 thousand square kilometers with 321 kilometers. It even looks like a fucking vagina, of course.
Why did you make it like a high level place? That is my question.
Now I need to check the Discovery Tour again and see if there are any history lessons about lesbians in there. I would be curious.
Love Island, why lesbians flock to Lesbos.
Exactly.
An article that came up from The Economist.
Interesting.
I see.
Yeah.
It's the famous poet Sappho was born on Lesbos. Lesbos. That's why that's where the term comes from. So yeah, you're learning something on this podcast. Good job, listener. Good job for you, guys. What if we just did a podcast where we just start like praising the listener? Just 1.5 hours. Good job, buddy. That's like it's for people to talk and we listen to them and we're just hey, that's really smart of you to think of that. Good job,
guys. Sure, but make it ASMR.
ASMR, like what? I'm cutting your hair while telling you you're so smart. That's pretty good, guy.
No, badly done ASMR.
Badly done ASMR. Oh, that'd be the best. Oh shit! I dropped my razor.
Again, I've been watching too much.
Oh, man. Did you see that one Kiryu Coco stream?
Of course, everyone saw that. I assume everyone here saw that. Who doesn't want to see a dragon with a gun?
Oh,
Yes.
I meant the other one, the one where she shaves herself.
Oh,
Okay, I
There's
skipped that one.
Yeah, she did a monthly grooming stream.
I've heard the waxing stuff, but sure. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Anan, you
dying
wanna talk
already.
now that we've stopped being professional, Anan, you wanna talk about your podcast?
I mean, okay, there's a new podcast that I'm starting to listen now. Right,
Mhm.
okay, maybe blasphemous to promote another podcast in a podcast, but yeah, still going on.
No,
So,
man, maybe they'll do the same to us, and then we'll actually get some listeners for once.
yeah. So if you are into the otaku culture, so manga, anime, light
Oh, what a
novel,
good lead in that previous conversation.
No.
Yeah.
so if you're the otaku culture, there's a new podcast on YouTube, Spotify called the Trash Taste Podcast.
Daniel, are you gonna
Okay,
sue
now
them?
you have my test too.
Yeah, Trash Taste.
I've seen it around. I haven't clicked on
Yeah.
it.
So these three AniTubers, Joey the Anime Man, so and Giga and C-Dog VA, they
Oh, okay. I can
they
fight them
moved.
then.
Yeah, they already the three of them are now in Japan, so they now started a podcast together, like just talking about stuff in otaku culture, so anime, manga, light novel, VTuber. So yeah, I mean, I started to really love listening to them because it's like hanging out with your buddies. Okay,
Yeah.
the weeb buddies that you never had. These are the guys that you hang out with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's good.
They just
Hmm?
yeah, go on, Wang.
No. Yeah, this is your topic. You go on.
Yeah. So it's very chill. Even though they talk about stuff for even unstructured one. It doesn't have like static structure. They only have like okay and a general topic, and then they just go on passing the baton, talking, and just like that, like 2 hours already passed. And like, hey, it's already 2 hours. And I rarely stick to a podcast longer than like 50 to 60 minutes, and they managed to make me stick for 2 hours straight. Like so good. Ugh.
Yeah, no. I feel like a lot of podcasts are at their best when they're like that. Especially when it comes to stuff like anime, because once someone claims to be more of an authority on anime than I am, then I start tuning out. As a Darling in the Franxx fan, like I can only handle being talked down to so much. Like, yes, I get it, the last episode was terrible, but you were all saying this anime was good when it started. But now it is.
That's that too, darling the price.
Darling, the thanks, I do.
I should point
They
out
have the exact same argument. Like, okay, it's good, and then the last two just shit.
yeah, the ending just goes shit. No, because I started listening to another podcast as well. It's by the Scrubs cast, where it's a Scrubs rewatch podcast where they talk about each episode. The cast of Scrubs talk about each episode. And first of all, good God, I don't get to say this often, but we are much better than them at podcasting. The only
Yeah.
difference is we weren't on a number one on like a popular sitcom, so we don't have the fan base to watch this podcast.
Okay, why is that offending?
It's just
What is the offending punya episode?
I can't remember because I watched a bunch of the episodes in a while. First of all, like non-internet people who do podcasts, they have to go through like they have like a company that handles their podcasts for them, and they have shitty ads for other podcasts in the middle of their podcast.
You.
Yeah, and it's all really terrible stuff. Like, hi, my name's Karen Jones. I read horoscopes all day. Tune into my podcast where we talk about horoscopes, sex, and a little bit about the misadventures of my life. Now on the iHeartRadio app. So yeah, that's suffering, man. It's pure unadulterated suffering. Also, whenever they talk about having tech problems, I've already solved the tech problem in my head, and I'm just like screaming, like, please get someone who knows this shit, like, to work on it. But yeah, no.
I mean, Yeah, I think a bit related to that. I mean, I think we as in generally like gamers or like the geek culture enthusiasts, also tech enthusiasts in general, we sort of underestimated our brain capabilities to navigate stuff in general. Because I watched some YouTube videos, how non-gamers play games or how they see games, and the way the amount of data processing that we do, in a sense, is just absolute mind blowing. Like, how the hell did we even process all these things when we see it through a non-gamer perspective?
It's true though. I just wish I could use those skills for anything that matters. Because like the amount of shit, like the amount of like brain power used to play fighting games, for example, I'm just like, I wish I could use this brain power for anything else. This
Yeah,
kind of
same.
rapid decision making and motor skills. Anyways, shall we go on to the news?
Yeah, sure thing.
So let's if you wanted to sponsor this podcast, this is where you could you could have an ad here. This is the part where I gleefully endorse the podcast. This is the part where Daniel shares an anecdote about how this product works for him as well. This is the part where Meck says it could even cure a terminal disease that he was going to get in 20 years. This is the part where Anan smiles and nods and agrees along with the point. And now to the news. Amazon's Crucible flopped so bad it was de-released. It's a great way to start this
Amazing.
segment. First of all,
Amazing.
what was the Amazon Crucible?
That's the
Okay.
thing.
It's a
Who
thing.
heard about it? Oh my
Yeah.
god, no.
Like, there's literally no marketing except news
Yeah,
that it
no
flopped
marketing.
so hard.
Oof.
It-
Isn't the Crucible that thing from Doom?
No, that's not it.
No. So
Okay.
this is
It is
this is Amazon's let's say, is it first published game?
Don't give them too much credit.
second.
They'll give the,
One of the
I
big
mean, it's what,
big multiplayer game. Let's go with
yeah,
that.
it's a big multiplayer game by Amazon using their Lumberyard engine, wink wink cry engine. So yeah, it's a multiplayer. Is it hero shooter or something? Yeah.
It
So,
is.
yeah.
It is a
Hero
free-to-play
shooter.
team-based PvP action shooter. Pick an alien, human, or robot to fight in 4v4 matches.
Oof. So rip the Crucible. What do they mean by de-release? I guess it was delisted from everywhere.
No. They just say, okay, this is not working. We pull it back to beta. It's like,
Whoever who downloaded the game before they pull it down are in the closed beta.
Okay. Whether they want to or not.
I mean, I
Doesn't
haven't
make any
seen.
beta.
Doesn't make any sense though. Just have an have Crucible Rev 2. That's all you need to do.
Crucible Evolution. Oh wait, that's like after Evolve here.
Yeah, no, we try not to make things like Evolve after the state of Evolve.
So apparently the best game from Amazon Game Studios is still the Grand Tour game.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, when
That's-
you say
yeah.
Amazon's first
That
game,
was
like,
that one game that people keep forgetting. People keep reporting this is Amazon's first game. No, the Grand Tour game
No.
exists. I mean,
legally distinct. What's that called again?
Top Gear.
Mario
Gear.
Party. Top Gear, yeah.
So now on business news, Sony invested $250 million in Epic for 1.4% ownership.
Just a wow, 250,000 for mere 1.4% ownership. God damn it.
Not quarter million, it's quarter billion.
A quarter billion, yeah, sorry. Quarter billion for 1.4%. Such small.
I mean, is that a lot? I don't know business terms. I would
I mean,
assume that
okay,
because
okay.
of how many stakeholders there are, this 1.4 would be a pretty large chunk.
I mean, okay, the way this kind of investment works is that, let's say, okay, I want to buy 1.4 I want to invest 250 million. Okay, how much of the ownership of your company you willing to give, or I want to buy. So let's say 1.4%. It pushed the valuation. Means that with this 250 million investment, taking 1.4% means Epic is worth 1.8 billion. I think so.
Yeah, and
Like
I know
they're
I know
worth
that
billions.
much. It's
Yeah.
just like, is 1.4 a large amount for a single entity to have?
No,
No.
they're just small. Yeah.
Ah,
I mean, it's a lot of money, but in the scale of things, it's not a lot.
okay, so it's nowhere near decision-making amount then.
I mean, it depends on the company. Even though you are like a small shareholder, if you are significant enough, they can put you as a as a decision making, like put you in the board or something. This is also one of the reason why during the Epic presentation, the developer conference, I believe, they 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 use the PS5 as a system for demoing the Unreal Engine. It's like they want to they're sucking Sony's dick to get the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other question. Who's simping for who here?
I have no idea who is simping for here.
Can there be mutual simping
Yeah, it's
involved?
a
Maybe a mutual
It's
simping.
69.
mutually assured simping is going on here.
This is 69.
Oh my.
Yeah, the one.
I won't
Okay.
put it that way, but
I would.
mean,
The
someone
mutual
would.
59.
Epic Sony 69. Someone take that username, please.
But I can also see that meme yang apa, the consent meme, like Epic, I consent. Sony, I consent. Then there's the third one is Xbox, I don't.
Is there someone you forgot to ask?
Because remember, Xbox do have their own first-party studios working on
Using the
Unreal,
Unreal Engine.
using Unreal Engine 5, but they have no credit to Epic. Is not even uttering Xbox during that presentation.
Yeah, that's why.
Xbox got as much mention as the Ouya.
Yeah. Biggest set.
Yeah.
So Ubisoft has a new battle royale, Hyperscape. It's in beta.
Yes. I haven't played, but from the Let's Plays that I watch, I don't know. It's fast paced, but the time to kill is very long.
That's my problem there.
You did a lot of like sustained focus, fire, but it's so fast. But like the mobility is very fast. It's a high skill mobility. It's a high skill game in a sense, because like you need your the capability to move around in the map and to focus fire on the enemy. So I mean,
Meck.
it caters to specific people.
Yeah, man, I'm watching the gameplay. You know what this reminds me of? This game.
What
Do
is
you
it?
remember? Apa Nedio's punya shooter?
Shootmania!
Yeah, it was like that.
Oh god, Shootmania. Yeah, Shootmania is more fast-paced and skill-based.
There's a logo on one of these characters' backs that looks like the EDF logo.
Copyright free. EDF logo.
Here's my problem with this game, right? And here's a problem with many games I see coming up. The post-Overwatch landscape, post-Overwatch, post-Apex landscape, is it kind of looks like they want the appeal of Overwatch, but at the same time, like, oh, this isn't baby cartoon aesthetic. Like, guys, this is more realistic, guys. Because this is some pretty bad character designs.
Well, typical of Ubisoft lah. Basically.
Yeah, it's just like it doesn't like it's the worst parts of Tactical and Overwatch combined.
Just like Valorant.
No, just Valorant.
That's why I can't get into Valorant either. It's just like, but the problem is there is a market for that. There are some people who are like, I want Overwatch gameplay, but I'm not a baby with a waifu pillow. Like, I want grown-up game. So whatever. At least they get their game. But just know that no WAM money will be flowing into this.
Yeah.
Also, Ubisoft, Ubisoft going through some shit right now, and isn't done with their investigation on employee abuse. But they're happy to announce new ways for you to give them money.
Wasn't that one VP got the boot already?
Is it? Oh, I just saw something on Twitter that said like someone else threatened to quit if they didn't drop all this. So, oof.
It is ongoing. I think that's fair to say.
It is ongoing. Also, fresh off the presses, Far Cry 6. Courtesy of more China leaks.
China.
PlayStation Store Asia did an oopsie whoopsie, isn't it?
Again. At least it's not
Allegedly.
immediate release. Imagine it being released again.
For
Like
free.
Mafia 2. For free?
I mean, I assume all Far Cry games are now just clones of Far Cry 3.
That's
Yep.
the problem.
When you played it all.
Yeah.
They haven't
That's the
changed.
thing.
They haven't. I don't think they are moving away from that formula, and that formula is still as a 13-year-old baguette.
I get. So the main antagonist is some Hollywood not a Hollywood guy, like it is one of the famous guy in TV Breaking Bad. I haven't seen that show.
Yeah, I've watched Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. And he's like a villain. Like he can be a villain. Like, you can see the depth. I mean, it depends on the writing anyway. If the Ubisoft team have shitty writing, he won't be a good villain. But yeah, like his like the face and then the mannerism, like he can deliver a good villain. Just depends on the writing.
I think like the teaser trailer yang dapat Anton will not be pleased to dah tunjuk the style there. So I think it will be better than Far Cry 5 at least.
At least the villains. At least.
Yeah, at least the
we haven't
villains
seen
are-
anything yet. But we will see it soon, tomorrow.
Which Far Cry was it that we saw at PSX that like
Far Cry
even
5.
that's the one where even that one was underperforming like at
Yeah.
PSX.
You mean the one that's running at 20 FPS? Yeah, that's the one. Far Cry 5.
Doing that.
I mean, on release, it
So-
was even better.
That's so nauseous.
Which is even more unfortunate. I thought it was pre-release. Fine, it's fine. No, it's not fine.
No, it's the same.
Ugh.
You couldn't make the Far Cry formula less appealing to me. It's like boring modern guns, open world-ish.
Towers.
Towers. Blood Dragon was literally the most fun I've had. The only Far Cry game I've ever enjoyed. That's because it was 80s bullshit. All you had to do was just slap a neon filter on the gun and change its sounds, and I enjoyed it.
80s aesthetic.
Hell yeah. Oh man, when I was in class, we had one of my classmates was working on a music theme project where he was gonna analyze like music with an 80s aesthetic. And I said, hey, you should incorporate the synthwave background into your video. And everyone immediately knew what I was talking about. Everyone was like, oh yeah, the synthwave background. My lecturer was like, I don't understand what the synthwave background is. Okay, imagine purple, black, white grid, triangle, or sunset in the background. Pink font. Oh boy. Anyways, that's our news section. We have thumbnail discussions. So we need the Pog champ himself, Lando.
I'll just put in like the Pog champ punya guy and then just slap McLaren punya suit.
Oh shoot, we gotta put in that cross counter guy.
Yes.
Okay, that's an Evo reference. Count it.
Ah,
I'm
see?
counting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? 2 in 1.
And then Oh man, I had something else to throw in there. We'll figure some.
I mean, we've been talking about Ubisoft almost the whole episode.
Oh yeah, we have.
Trackmania.
Unintentionally. All
Unintentional.
the news all are Ubisoft games. The games we talk about are Ubisoft games. Outside of SUPERHOT.
Not sponsored by Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Don't be a good
Seriously,
one.
no. But it just happened.
Goddamn.
Okay, the title should be in French in something. I'm just gonna Google Translate.
Yeah. Just give me basic French words.
I think we'll work the rest. We'll sort the rest of that out. Anyways, social links. You can find me on Twitter at Wamerol. Support my new art account at Wamerol Art, where I try to avoid the evil algorithm by having a fresh account for art that only posts about art and stuff. Also, might start streaming once I recover from this horrible jet lag. Pray for me, guys. Daniel, what's going on with you?
You can follow me on ILRT_fleeky. There will be one review coming out after this podcast has been recorded for Assetto Corsa Competizione, but console edition. TLDR, yeah, it's okay.
TLDR, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
This is what the article
Anan?
says. It's okay.
It's okay. Anan?
Anan is currently booking a flight to Lesbos.
Alright, so
I mean, whatever.
whatever. Okay.
Meck,
And I have been Amirul Mekronos Ashraf. A lot of content coming to GameMatters.com. By the time you are listening to this, tune in a few more days, and you will see our review of Ghost of Tsushima.
and
That's
look
coming
forward
up.
to us talking about that next week.
Tsushima no Kurodo.
Kurodo. Ooh, that's all I'm gonna say for now.
Anyways, this has been Dia.log podcast. Good job listening to us, buddy. Good job. You're so smart. You're so good at listening.
Congratulations.
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 Congrats.
Later.